So, not too long ago, I started reacting to Bob Dylan. And when I did that, I was flabbergasted because that guy is amazing. And I have kind of obsessed over him since I've started listening. And recently, I watched his biopic, A Complete Unknown, and I didn't realize how intertwined Bob and Joan Baez were. When I watched that movie, and I've watched it now probably 10 times since I watched it the first time, I love that movie. But, anyways, I keep seeing that actress that plays Joan Baez and sings her parts, and I keep thinking to myself, "Gosh, I need to listen to Joan Baez and see what this gal's got in store," because the actress did a terrific job. And I mean, golly goodness, if cinema has not provided me with some great music in the course of my life, so here we are. We're gonna listen to Joan Baez. I'm gonna start at the beginning and see how it pans out. If she is anywhere as good as the actress was, this is going to be amazing. And something tells me that, imitation is the best form of flattery. So I'm guessing this is going to be iconic, and I'm quite excited. I'm going to hit the play button on this thing. But before I do, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. And if you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, or join me on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time. I would love to have you by, and I have a great community of people to discover music with. Guys, are you hearing this with me for the first time? It looks like it was released in 1960. Um, and I'm guessing House of the Rising Sun is the song that I'm familiar with. And she was also singing that in a scene in the movie where she did a terrific job. Uh, like the actress at any rate. So yeah, guys, let's hop into this thing, shall we? Joan Baez and her album, Joan Baez. Joan Baez, Joan Baez. Opening up with Silver Dagger, which I think was a song in the movie. I love her little folk run picking here. Coffee milk, by the way.
Sing love songs, you'll wake my mother. She's sleeping here, right by my side. And in her right hand, a silver dagger. She says that I can't be your bride. All men are false, says my mother. They'll tell you wicked love and lies. The very next evening they'll court another, leave you alone to pine and sigh.
Wow. Wow. Her voice, dude. I can't compare it to anything. I just simply cannot. Her vibrato in her voice is just it's a smile in and of itself. And this song is so like longing for love that you can't have, and it like pulls on your heartstrings. And her delivery of these lyrics, I'm seeing her tell the story as if it's her own perspective. It's unbelievable how she communicates this. I really almost, I'm gonna start the song over.
Don't sing love songs, you'll wake my mother.
And
she's sleeping here, right by my side. And in her right hand, a silver dagger.
And she goes low here.
She says that I can't be your bride.
And then she finishes it on a uplifting note there. She doesn't keep it in the minor there. Picks it back up and then goes into this moment.
False, says my mother.
When she holds these lines,
they'll tell you wicked.
Like where she says false and wicked, like where she holds these words out and almost gives them extra syllables, right? It's
Love and lies. The very next evening, they'll court another.
And it's like her mother is a scorned woman trying to protect her daughter.
To pine and sigh. My daddy's a handsome devil. He's got a chain 5 miles long, and on every link a heart does dangle.
A 5-mile chain
of another
of hearts.
maid he's loved and wrong.
Which would explain why her mother is the way she is.
Go court another tender maiden and hope that she will be your wife. For I've been warned and I've decided to sleep alone all of my life.
Wow. I love that this was a poem. This didn't need a chorus. This was prose at its finest, man. And she's just decided to kind of grow to be an old maid because of her dad and her mother. Like she's denying love because of what the hurt she's seen of others. And again, the way she communicates it, you know. And it's like she's letting him down. Oh, gosh, this song was so heartbreakingly, earth-shatteringly beautiful. Wow. See, hearing it in this context is just tremendously different than the snippet you get in the movie, you know? Oh my gosh, this was beautiful. What a first impression. This was what people first heard when they dropped the needle on Joan Baez, huh?
I was born in you.
And if you have context, did she write these herself? So main artist, sorry. It doesn't say written by. So it's just East Virginia. I wonder how many of these are originals versus covers. What was the last one? Did she write the last? Did she write Silver Dagger? Written by Rick Neff, traditional. Okay. Huh. Anyways, give me as much context of this album as you can. I would love that of you.
I was born in East Virginia, North Carolina. I did roam. There I met a fair pretty maiden. Her name and age I do not know.
I love her finger picking and walking on this.
Her hair it was of a bright some color, and her lips of a ruby red. On her breast she wore white lilies. There I long to lay my head.
Wow.
my gate, I'll meet you, my darling. If your love I could only win.
It's interesting when you hear I always get very, and I tell you, it's Stevie Nicks' fault, but whenever a female sings a male's perspective, I just always feel like there's something huge there. Like there's a real power to a woman that will sing a man's perspective, I think. And it's just really cool to me, especially in the way she's delivering this via the storyteller role.
In some dark hollow where the sun refused to shine, then to see you be another man's darling, and to know that you'll never be mine.
Gosh, she's killing it. What is up with her? I'm going to read that after.
In the night I'm dreaming about you. In the day I find no rest. Just the thought of you, my darling, sends aching pains all through my
She has such a haunting melancholy to her voice. And it pierces you in.
When I'm dead and in my coffin,
Wow.
with my feet turned toward the sun, come and sit beside me, darling. Come and think on the way you done.
Wow. Again, just such a dark. There's such darkness to this one. And again, her delivery just hits you. She's got such a haunting, just. So, with the exception of Bob Dylan, Joan Baez was the most important artist to rise from the folk music movement that first blossomed in the late 50s and early 60s. Baez was also the finest and most influential interpretive singer in contemporary folk, blessed with a soprano voice and uncommon clarity. Her performances were emotionally compelling. God, if that's not correct so far, without resorting to histrionics. Early on, she recorded striking renditions of classic folk standards, likely what I'm listening to now, as on her 1960 debut album, Joan Baez, while later she would help popularize the work of songwriters such as Bob Dylan, Phil Ochs, not familiar, and Richard Farina. Songs by all three appeared on 1964's Joan Baez 5. Her early recordings were austere acoustic sessions, but in time she would learn to work effectively with a band as well as adding her own songs to her repertoire. And the title track to 1975's Diamond and Rust, a biological recollection of her relationship with Dylan, would prove to be one of the most enduring hits. Baez would become nearly as well known as for her political activism as for her music, lending her talent and media profile to a long list of progressive causes from the early stages of her career to her farewell concert tour in 2019. While Baez is best remembered by many for her work in the 60s, she continued to release strong and committed music well into the 21st century, including albums like 2003's Dark Chords, On a Big Guitar, 2008's Day After Tomorrow, and 2018's Whistle Down in the Wind. Joan was born in 1941 in Staten Island. Her father, Albert, was born in Mexico, and his dad was a Methodist minister who preached in both Spanish and English in Brooklyn. Got it. Her mother, known in the household as Big Joan, was also the child of a man of cloth, in her case, an English Anglican priest. Joan was the second of 3 children born to the couple, and her siblings, Pauline and Mimi, would also earn recognition as musicians and activists. The Baez family converted to the Quaker religion when Joan was a child, and the faith's emphasis on nonviolence and progressive activism would have a strong impact on her thinking. That's very interesting. When she was 10 years old, the family relocated to California, and at 13, she was introduced to folk music when an aunt took her to see Pete Seeger in concert. Now, I believe Pete was obviously featured in the movie as well, played by Edward Norton, who was fantastic at that role. In 1956, after learning to play rhythm and blues songs she heard on the radio on a ukulele, she bought her first guitar. The following year, her activism took root as she engaged in civil disobedience for the first time, refusing to take part in an evacuation of her school during an air raid drill. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is a lot to read. So yeah, anyways, I think I've gotten through her first album, and that was the goal. Okay. Very interesting though. California Quakers from New York. This one is Fare Thee Well.
Oh, fare thee well, I must be gone and leave you for a while. Wherever I go, I will return. If I go 10,000 miles.
Wow. I want to hear this if I will return part. The way she utilizes her voice in these moments, and she did it in Silver Dagger as well.
I will return if I go 10,000 miles.
She does it on Miles as well. It's like she sings a minor or something. Like her melody that she sings is, I don't know how to describe it because I'm not musically versed. I taught myself by ear. I don't really have a huge concept of music theory, right? But like, she is not singing what she's playing. It's like she's harmonizing on her guitar with her voice, but making it more of a minor thing. So it has a more melancholic sound to it. I'm probably describing this terribly in my ignorance, but that's how I'm hearing it.
If I go, if I go,
Wow.
10,000 miles.
No, I want to hear it all again. I'm just gonna let it play through.
Wherever I go, I will return. If I go 10,000 miles. If I go.
Wow.
If I go 10,000 miles.
Wow. Her picking is nice.
10,000 miles, it is so far.
She's super clean.
Leave me here alone, while I may lie, lament and cry, and you'll not hear my moan.
Wow. I can't get past her voice, man.
And you'll not hear my moan.
She's really good, dude. I'm trying not to be choked up.
Oh, the crow that is so black, my love, will change his color white. If ever I should prove false to thee, the day will turn to night.
Wow.
Yes, the day.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the day.
When she holds these words. When she holds these words like, and you'll, if I go, on the day. She's just unbelievable. I can't give her enough superlative here.
Oh, the day. Yes, the day will turn to night. Oh, the rivers never will run dry, or the rocks melt with the sun. I'll never prove false to the boy I love till all these things be done. Till
Wow, man.
till all these things be done.
She's so good. She's so good. It's not easy, by the way, to like finger pick like she's doing and play like, 'cause she's doing fast and accurate and clean. Okay, like it's not as easy as people think it is. You know, she's going quick and she's not muffing notes. That's the other thing. Like, I think she's just standing there with the mic in front of her guitar and also in front of her face. I think she's just sitting through takes, like, which is so impressive that she's one taken this. Like, and it seems like I kind of, this album makes me feel like the young lady that played, or the actress that played Joan Baez in the movie really nailed it, because she does have like a tangible melancholy to the way that she sounds. But it's just so, again, heartbreakingly, earth-shatteringly beautiful. And this is the House of the Rising Sun. So this is one like I think everybody in the world knows. But it seems like it's just a folk song. I don't know who wrote it. Tell me if you do. The scene in the movie, in the bar where she plays this song, is incredible, so I can't wait to hear this.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call it the Rising Sun. And it's a been of the ruin of many poor girl and me, oh God, for one.
God, chills, dude.
I had listened to what my mother said, I'd have been at home today. But I was young and foolish, oh God, let a rambler lead me astray.
When she held that, buddy. When she gets really big with her voice, you can hear the echo in the room coming back to the microphone, because I don't think that they were using reverb units back in 1959, 1960. Listen when she gets really big, and you can hear it headphones.
My mother said I'd have been at home
Even just hearing the echoes of her voice coming back to the microphone when she gets big with her voice.
Tell my baby sister, don't do what I have done, but shun that house in New Orleans they call the rising sun. I'm going back to New Orleans. My race is almost run.
Whoa.
I'm going back to spend my life beneath that rising sun.
Unbelievable. And diminished chords. You gotta love them. So apparently we don't know who actually authored that song. I was looking that up. So this one is All My Trials. And I guess we're not gonna have like a single original Joan song on this album, huh? Just a whole bunch of like folk catalog, I guess? Multiple guitars here.
Little baby, don't you cry. You know your mama was born to die. All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Is this from the perspective of a dying mother comforting her child?
River of Jordan is muddy and cold. Well, it chills the body, but not the soul. All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
This picking is real nice in the back.
With pages 3, and every page spells liberty.
I'm hearing a mandolin.
All my trials, Lord, soon be over. Too late, my brothers.
Wow.
Too late, but never mind. All my trials, Lord, soon be over. Living were things that money could buy. the tree of life. All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
It's almost like it's just more a reflection on looking at the sadness in the world in general and just saying, almost a prayer saying, let it be over soon. Like, let the sadness, let the struggling, let the...
Too
Wow.
late, my brother.
Her voice,
Too late.
her vibrato.
All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
Amazing.
All my trials, Lord,
She's just so...
soon be over.
Her voice is just haunting. Like, beautiful and haunting. That was a beautiful song. And not one I'd revisit too often, but the way she delivers it, the way the conviction is there. Okay. Feels like back home in Tennessee, man. The Appalachian sound, baby. I love it.
I will twine with my mingles of raven black hair, with the roses so red and the lilies so fair, the myrtle so bright with its emerald hue, and the pale and the leader and eyes look so blue. I will dance, I will sing, and my life shall be gay. I will charm every heart in his crown, I will sway.
It's picking it up a bit.
I woke from my dream, and all idols was clay, and all portions of loving had all flown away.
Is she doing any of this lead picking, or is she just holding rhythm here?
He taught
Or
me
just singing?
to love him and promised to love and cherish me over all others above. My poor heart is wondering, no misery can tell.
Gosh.
He left me no warning, no words of farewell. He taught me to love him and call me his flower that was blooming to cheer him through life's weary hour. How I long to see him and regret the dark hour. He's gone and neglected his frail wildwood flower.
There really is something so easily digestible and appealing to me about folk music. But I think coming from, mountains, Tennessee helps that. Donna Donna on the album Joan Baez by Joan Baez. Donna Donna. What's the listen
On
count?
a wagon bound for market,
Second most listened
there's
song.
a calf with a mournful eye. High above him there's a swallow winging swiftly through the sky. How the winds are laughing,
Whoa.
they laugh with all their might. Laugh and laugh the whole day through, and half the summer's night. Donna, 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 Donna.
Bitty, 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 bum, bum. Don't know why.
Donna, Donna,
Sorry.
Donna, 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 Donna.
Just telling you where my brain went when I heard this part.
Stop complaining, said the farmer, who told you a calf to be. Why don't you have wings to fly with, like the swallow so proud and free? How the winds are laughing, they laugh with all their might.
The imagery is beautiful.
Summer's night. Donna, 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 Donna. Are easily bound and slaughtered, never knowing the reason why. But whoever treasures freedom, like the swallow has learned to fly. How the winds are laughing, they laugh with all their might. Laugh and laugh the whole day through, and half the summer's night.
This almost had kind of like a little bit of an Arabian sort of maybe gypsy kind of sound to it. And I don't say gypsy in like an offensive way. Romani, if that's the preferred nomenclature here. Again, it's one of those, it's got that kind of sound. And this is John Riley after Donna Donna.
Fair young maid all in a garden.
I cannot get past the vibrato in this galley's voice. Ms. Joan Baez just has one of the most unbelievable pure, clean voices I have ever heard. And again, for her to just have this control of vibrato the way she does. Did she always sound so melancholic like this?
Said, fair maid, will you marry me? This then, sir, was her reply. Oh, no, kind sir, I cannot marry thee, for I've a love who sails all on the sea.
She really was like how... I feel like the song Brandy by Looking Glass was written about the girl that John Riley gave a locket to.
He's been gone for 7 years. Still no man shall marry me.
Is Joan Baez Brandy?
What if he's in some battle slain, or drowned in the deep salt sea? What if he's found another love, and he and his love both married be? deep salt sea.
Wow.
I'll be true
She's pining.
to his memory.
But what a story.
And if he's found another love,
I feel like Joan made it clear she was not available for this album.
both married be. I wish them health and happiness where they dwell across the sea. He picked her up all in his arms, and kisses gave her 1, 2, 3, saying, weep no more, my own true love. I am your long lost John Riley.
Maybe John came back for Brandy.
Say no more, my own true love. I am your long lost John Riley.
But like the fair maid waited for him for 7 years across the sea. And it's kind of an interesting conversation here, you know what I mean? Like at the end of it, she didn't actually recognize John Riley, but she was committed to waiting for him and like honoring his memory. Kind of both heartbreaking and not. Like when you think deeply into this one, 7 years.
Well, I'm a rake and a rambling boy.
Okay.
There's many a city I did enjoy.
Oh.
And now I've married me a pretty little wife, and I love her dearer than love my life. Oh, she was pretty, both neat and gay, caused me to rob the broad highway. Oh, yes, I robbed it, I do declare. And I got myself 10,000 there. Well, I'm a rake and a rambling boy. There's many a city I did enjoy, and now I've married me a pretty little wife, and I love her dearer than love my life. Oh, when I die, don't bury me at all. Place my bones in alcohol, and at my feet place a white snow dove, to tell the world that I died for love. Well, I'm a rake and a rambling boy. There's many a city I did enjoy.
I love this one a lot, dude.
And now I've married me a pretty little wife, and I love her dearer than I love my life.
There's just such a nice, like, the finger picking is fantastic. There's a little bit of a mandolin in the background, but her voice gets so big here, and then just, I've married me a pretty little wife, and I love her dearer than I love my life. It's just such a good feeling, full, happy song, you know?
Married me a pretty little wife.
I love that.
Love her dearer
Ah, pretty
than
little
love my
wife.
life.
Like again, her vibrato. Ah, pretty little wife. I'm so terrible. I just butchered her. I'm so sorry that part was in the video.
And now I've married me a pretty little wife. I love her dearer than I love my life. And I love her dearer than I love my
That should
life.
go to describe what a tongue twister that is to say, though. Pretty little wife. And now I've married a pretty little wife. And I love her dearer than I love my. It's not as easy as you think. It's a fantastic song, though. Absolutely a fantastic song. Little Moses.
And away by the water so blue, the ladies were winding their way.
Excuse me.
When Pharaoh's little daughter stepped down to the
Do you sneeze in ones, twos, or 2+?
water to bathe in the cool of the day.
Or rather, +2.
And before it was dark, she looked in the ark and found sweet infant was there. And before it was dark, she looked in the ark and
She
found
quieted it down
sweet
there.
infant was there.
Just a telling of the Moses story, huh?
Way by the water so blue, she carried that beautiful child to his tender mother, his sister and brother. Little Moses looked happy and smiled, and she called him her own, her beautiful son, and sent for a nurse that was near. And she called him her own, her beautiful son, and sent for a nurse that was near.
There's really just a beauty to this pick. Like the finger picking here.
Way by the sea that was red, so red, little Moses, the servant of God, before him subsided, seas were divided, when upward he lifted his rod, and the Jews safely crossed, while Pharaoh's host were drowned in the waters and lost. And the Jews safely crossed, while Pharaoh's host were drowned in the waters and lost. And away on the mountain so high, last one that he ever did see, with Israel victorious, his hopes were most glorious, someday all Jordan be free. When his spirit did cease, he departed in peace and rested in the heavens above.
What a beautiful little telling.
When his spirit did cease, he departed in peace and rested in the heavens above.
It was an interesting song. I'm certainly more interested, I think, to hear her originals, though. Bob described them, and like, there's a scene in the movie where Bob describes Joan's writing as like an oil painting, because of the imagery. And I'd like to hear like her songs. Like, she's got an unbelievable voice. I want to hear what her brain sounds like, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Word is to the kitchen gone, and word is to the hall, and word is up to Madam the Queen, and that's the worst of all.
This one's Mary Hamilton.
That Mary Hamilton's born a babe to the highest steward of all. Arise, arise, what thou hast done with thy wee babe, I saw and heard weep by thee. I put him in a tiny boat and cast him out to sea, that he might sink or he might swim, but he'd never come back.
The contrast of little Moses to Mary Hamilton is such an interesting one right now.
Arise, Mary Hamilton, arise and come with me. There is a wedding in Glasgow town, this night we'll go and see. She put not on her robes of black, nor her robes of brown, but she put on her robes of white to ride into Glasgow town.
Okay.
And as she rode into Glasgow town, the city for to see, the bailiff's wife and the provost's wife cried out and alas for thee.
Okay.
Oh, you need not weep for me, she cried. You need not weep for me, for had I not slain my own wee babe, this death.
What a brutal song.
Oh, little did my mother think when first she cradled me, the lands I was to travel in, and the death I was to die. Last night I washed the Queen's feet and put the gold in her hair, and the only reward I find for this, the gallows to be my share.
This one's a little bit...
Cast off my gown, she cried, but let my petticoat be, and tie a napkin round my face, the gallows I would not see.
I don't know quite what to make of this one lyrically.
Then by and come the king himself, looked up with a pitiful eye. Come down, Mary Hamilton, tonight you dine with me.
What happened in Glasgow town when she got there? Does anybody have context for this?
Hold your tongue, my sovereign liege, and let your folly be. For if you'd a mind to save my life, you'd never have shamed me here. Last night there were 4 Marys, tonight there'll be but 3. There was Mary Beaton and Mary Seaton and Mary Carmichael and me.
Give me a sec. I need to know what the heck that was about. Is a common name for a well-known 16th century ballad from Scotland based on an apparently fictional incident about a lady in waiting to a queen of Scotland. In all versions of the song, Mary Hamilton is a personal attendant to the Queen of the Scots, but precisely which queen is not specified. She becomes pregnant by the queen's husband, the King of Scots, which results in the birth of a baby. Mary kills the infant in some versions by casting it out to sea or drowning it, in other versions by exposure. Oh my gosh. The crime is seen and she is convicted. The ballad recounts Mary's thoughts about her life and impending death in a first person narrative. Ugh. It's brutal, dude. Ugh. That's. I felt every single bit of that, though. Like, she hammered that home, man. But that was a lot to swallow, you know? Like, and it was a lot to swallow because of the delivery. Like, she is just unbelievable at making you feel what it is that she sings. How was our friend Joan in this particular one? Let me check here real quick. Oh crap, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do this. When was she born? Let's see. 1941. So she's like 19 when she's playing this. 18, 19, somewhere in there, depending on when this was recorded versus released.
There were 3 brothers in merry Scotland.
Okay.
In merry Scotland there were 3, and they did cast lots which of them should go, should go, should go, and turn robber all on the salt sea. The lot it fell first upon Henry Martin, the youngest of all the 3.
Okay.
That he should turn a robber all on the salt sea, the salt sea, the salt sea. For to maintain his 2 brothers and he.
It really does have colloquial mountain sound, like the 4-2. You know, it's like it's right up there with like "You Want I Should" or you know, something like that. I don't guess, things of that nature. The Southern colloquial thing is crazy. It's also, she's quite the storyteller. I can't get past how well she tells a story whilst singing and playing a guitar. And again, I don't know if her own personal writing is like, you know, singing other people's first person. I don't know.
They had not been sailing but a long winter's night and part of a short winter's day, when he espied a stout lofty ship, lofty ship, lofty ship.
The timing and meter.
Bibbing down on him straightway. Hello, hello, cried Henry Martin, what makes you sail so nigh? I'm a rich merchant ship bound for fair London town, London town, London town. Would you please for to let me pass by? Oh no, cried Henry Martin, this thing it never could be, for I have turned a robber all on the salt sea, the salt sea, the salt sea.
Man, she's got some sadness in this one. So he's having to turn to thieving to...
your topsail and brail up your mizzen, bring your ship under my lee. or I will give to you a full cannonball, 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 and all your dear bodies drown in the salt sea.
There's some pretty brutal folk tales, dude.
We won't lower our lofty topsail,
Okay.
nor bring our ship under your lee, and you shan't take from us our rich merchant goods, merchant goods, merchant goods, nor point our bold guns to the sea.
Whoa.
Broadside and at it they went for fully 2 hours or 3, till Henry Martin gave to them the death shot, the death shot, the death shot, and straight to the bottom went she.
Dang, so Henry Martin wasn't playing around.
Bad news to old England came, bad news to fair London town.
Henry got out there and did business.
And she's cast away, cast away, cast away, and all of her merry men drowned.
This has been a heavy listen the last several songs. Incredible guitar playing, incredible voice, but the content, the subject matter has just been incredibly heavy. El Preso Numero Nueve, press number 9.
Al preso número 9 ya lo van a confesar. Estareciendo en la celda con el cura del penal.
I didn't know that this is a thing. I don't speak that much Spanish. My Spanish is very pathetic. Necesito más práctica, pero se habla gringo español. Me hablo gringo español. I'm really excited to hear her singing in Spanish, though. I would imagine she grew up in a Spanish-speaking household.
Al preso número 9 ya lo van a confesar. Estareciendo en la celda con el cura del penal, que antes de amanecer la vida le han de quitar, porque mató a su mujer y un amigo desleal.
Can I get somebody in the comment section to translate this for me?
Dice así, al confesar, los maté, sí señor, y si vuelvo a nacer, yo los vuelvo a matar. Padre, no me arrepiento, ni me da miedo la eternidad. Yo sé que allá en el cielo el ser supremo nos buscará.
I certainly did not see this song coming.
Voy a buscar los almas allá. Ay, 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 ay. Al preso número 9 era un hombre muy cabal. Iba la noche del duelo muy contento en su jacal, pero al mirar su amor en brazos de su rival, ardió en pecho el rencor y no se pudo aguantar. Al sonar el clarín,
her death.
Y rumbo al paredón, soy al preso decir, Padre, no me arrepiento, ni me da miedo la eternidad. Yo sé que allá en el cielo el ser supremo nos buscará. Voy a seguir sus pasos, voy a buscar las almas allá.
You know, I've got to say, I did not even a little bit expect a Spanish song was coming, and she is absolutely knocking it out of the park. She's incredible. I'm so impressed with her range. I'm so impressed with her ability to play the guitar. I'm massively impressed at her ability to convey emotion with her voice. Even I mean, she's got one of the most interesting vibrato sounds I've ever heard. I keep saying it, but it's so true.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, very impressed with that. Girl of constant sorrow.
Of constant sorrow, have seen troubles all my days. I'm going back to California, place where I was partly raised.
So Richie Valens wrote this.
I'm bound to ramble through sun and wind and driving rain.
The use of imagery in folk music is really one of the most amazing things. There's such a natural connection to planet Earth within the writings of folk music. And it's almost like you can see sunshine and mountains and rain and clouds and leaves and trees. And there's just such a, like, and I don't know, there's a heaviness to it. And well, throughout this, obviously riddled throughout the album has been massive imagery. A lot of it kind of dark, sad, melancholic, depressing, and like, ouch, like kind of, you know, cap it, like focusing in on some pretty tough parts of humanity. But when they do so with tremendous imagery. Like how people like sink to the bottom of the sea, or how women apparently kill their babies because they don't. This has just been a heavy album.
I'm bound to ride the Western Railways. Perhaps I'll take the very next train. Your friends may think that I'm a stranger. My face you'll never see no more. There's one promise that is given. I'll see you on God's golden shore. I am a girl of constant sorrow. I've seen troubles all my days. I'm going back to California, place where I was partly raised.
Beautiful song. I actually believe every bit of the fact that she was a girl of constant sorrow based on the way she sings. Oh my gosh, do I ever. Oh, like the embodiment of melancholy. I know writer lyrics. Love the guitar there. Yeah. Kian Rodham wrote this one.
I know you, rider, gonna miss me when I'm gone. I know you, rider, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Gonna miss your pretty mama from rolling in your arms.
Okay.
I love you, rider, and I know you must love me some. I love you, rider, and I know you must love me some. You put your arms around me like a circle around the sun.
I like that. Again, with the imagery. But like the way that the meter goes with the music, it almost kind of feels like it just throws out time signature, and just kind of decides it doesn't all need to be, well, not maybe throws out time signature, but like it definitely gets creative and has creative liberty taken with the time signature. Forgive my yawn. Did I make you yawn? Put it in the comments. I'm not trying to yawn. It's not that it's boring music. It's just late.
I lay down last night and I tried to take my rest. I lay down last night and I tried to take my rest. My heart was rambling like a wild geese in the west.
Like a wild geese?
Going to the river, I'm gonna sit down on the log. I'm going to the river, I'm gonna sit down on the log.
There's an upright bass very faintly in the back. And maybe a tom drum played with the mallet.
Sun's gonna shine in my backyard someday. Sun's gonna shine.
Are there two John Rileys on the
in
album?
my backyard someday. The west wind's gonna rise up and blow my blues away.
Oh, I guess apparently I didn't realize this, but apparently I've already listened to more than what was initially on the album. So apparently a reissue had these last three songs, and this is just an extended version of John Riley. So it just adds another 20 or almost, well, 29 seconds. But yeah, I'm not going to dang. Well, I guess I finished the album then. I guess I finished the album at Henry Martin. Or no, El Preso Numero Nueve. It doesn't look, yeah. So it was apparently all of these, except for a few, were arranged by Joan. But it doesn't seem as though a single one of these was an original. So certainly I want to check out some Joan originals now that I know actually what her voice sounds like. And it seems like there's a huge gap from 1960 to 1965. And of course, so you start seeing Dylan covers in this particular one. At bare minimum, Hard Rain. And It's All Over Now, Baby Blue, maybe. I don't know if is that a Dylan song? It's All Over Now. Yeah, I thought so. She just recorded it before he did, I think. I'll have to go back and check the timing. Anyways, what an intro, right? Joan Baez. I really enjoyed her voice. I certainly would like to know if you have a better advice for a launch pad. Typically, what I end up doing is I'll listen to like what I've Googled people say the best album is, or like the best starting point. And if I really like an album from there, I'll go back and listen chronologically. In this case, I just kind of jumped head first into the chronology. So do tell me if there's a better launch pad. Forgive me yawning again. But yeah, I absolutely loved this. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.